I don't know why the guy did the game like this. He didn't have to. Anyway. Did Lagoon Lounge The Poisonous Fountain ages ago. Think we should do Lagoon Lounge 2. He does have a bit of an embargo on this. And I'll decide what to do about it, because he cuts off at a certain chapter and it's kind of early. I'll decide what to do about that. Anyway, let's begin. I'm also forced into full screen. Yeah, he made, like, I don't know why he did it, but he made the game full screen. And I kind of just, and if it wasn't for what the original version contained, I would actually play the OG version. Anyway. I'm fed up with this. Day after day. I have to live this way for much longer. Should I run away? Or better yet. Morning. Moisture clings to the tips of my fur on this late summer morning. Time to get up. A silent living room, also an empty one. I'm the only one in this house right now. My roommate Sosuke has been away for work. Unable to shake off my sleepiness, I flop onto the sofa. I want to make breakfast, but seem to lack the motivation to do so. Before, I had to make it for Sosuke too, so I had to get up early no matter how sleepy I was to do it. But without Sosuke here, I tend to take the path of least resistance and end up skipping breakfast. Oh man. That's why if I were to, for example, doze off again, I wouldn't feel even an ounce of guilt. There are times like these, I don't even have a spoonful of willpower to prepare breakfast. However, my stomach ruthlessly scolds me by growling, bringing me back from my slumber. Ugh, I'm starving. Even if I don't move, I'm going to get hungrier. Unfortunately, that's just the way things work. Oh, yeah! Breakfast won't suddenly appear on its own, but there's somebody who can make it for me. I'll get Go to do it. Lagoon Lounge, a restaurant nestled in the corner of the village. My friend Go Sanriku runs it. He hired me to work for the restaurant when I came to the village for recuperation, making him also a bit of a lifesaver. He was taking a long break from the restaurant because he injured both his hands. Now he's in the middle of preparing to reopen it. Go! Good morning! As I disregard the close sign and enter the restaurant, Go emerges from the back. The restaurant's still closed. I know. Did you come to bum a meal off me? How'd you know? Bum? How rude. I'm here to eat with you. And I'm the one that's going to make the food, right? Of course. That's what people usually call bumming. that works even. Please. Fine. Go returns to the back, then he immediately comes back out holding a plate with a sandwich on it. After setting it on the table, he urges me to try it. He urges me to try it, sorry. Did you have this ready just for me? No, of course not. Oh, that's something I'm testing. I was going to eat it myself, but you can go ahead. Oh, sorry. Feels like I'm getting in your way. Now you're worried about that? Pick up the sandwich in front of me and take a bite. Between the warm and soft baguettes, there's salmon, cheese, and some vegetable stuffed tightly inside. Even a simple dish like this would fall 2 or 3 ranks in flavor if I was the one who made it. Thank goodness I was content with being lazy earlier. It's best to leave it to the professionals. So, what do you think? Thoughts, opinions. I guess it's as good as everything else you make. That's it? I don't have much of a vocabulary when it comes to food. Well, whatever. Sorry, it looks like I ate your portion. I said you could eat it, didn't I? I made it for sampling. Are you going to be making samples all day? That's the plan. But I was wondering if you'd like to go to town together if you're free. I'm not. Go ask Yujiro. Maybe I will. After thanking him for breakfast, I leave the restaurant. The village's symbol, the Fountain of Harusu, is enshrined in the center of the plaza. Due to the fountain drying up, it's somewhat disappointing that you can no longer hear the sound in the spouts hitting the water's surface. However, I'm not complaining that much because I'm the one who made it dry up. Now then. I pull out my phone and look for Yujiro-kun's name. He's an active student who goes to school outside the village. But we work together during his summer vacation almost every day at Go's restaurant. Now that his vacation is over and school has begun, we won't be able to work together as much when the restaurant reopens. Huh? He doesn't answer his phone. He shouldn't have school today, though. Maybe he's busy. If I can't get Go or Yujiro-kun, then I really do have absolutely nothing to do. I can't bring myself to go to town alone. This peaceful yet simple village isn't exactly full of things to do by myself either. We come back. So, you couldn't find anything to do and came back here. Yep, you say. You know, even this village is full of things to do. Like what? Have you only seen the lagoon from the village so far? Yeah? You should take a walk around it. There's a reason it's called the village's greatest tourist attraction. Really? I see. Alright then, I'll go take a look around. Oh, and give this a try. As he says that, he hands me a sandwich similar to the one I ate this morning. What's this? Sample product number 2. But I'm not hungry. You will be if you hike around. How long of a walk are you sending me on? Just go already. Don't tell me I'm just going to the lagoon for your sake. Shut up, Scoot. Don't kick me. Give me a break. It's always his way or the highway. I walk alone, heading towards the edge of the village. It's still early in the morning, so I don't see any villagers or tourists going out for a walk. It's as if time has stopped as I walk through the silence and pleasantly cool air. After following along the edge of the lagoon in Harusu, I make it to a scenic spot just a short walk later. In a place where the village is hidden by trees, when I turn around, a panorama of the lagoon spreads out in front of me. While looking out over the large tide pools, I take the deepest breath I can. The smell of the salt water and slightly damp trees graze the tip of my nose. Now I finally get a true view of the lagoon in front of me, rather than it just being a backdrop for the village's buildings. It's a pure, serene, and majestic natural structure. The lagoon is isolated from the sea despite being part of it. You couldn't find a more appropriate symbol for a village serving as an escape from the city. As I'm vacantly gazing out at the water's shimmering surface, I suddenly notice the rustling of some nearby bushes. It's about 50 meters to my right. How do you know that? Is it some kind of small animal like a cat or a tanuki? This is just the right time for the sandwich Go gave me that I didn't know what to do with. I'm sure Go wouldn't mind if it's for a hungry animal. Yes, I would mind. With that in mind, I approach the bushes. Oh, what I see in the bushes is far from a small animal. It's a huge man with a flowing mane and a height much greater than my own. He looks about 10 years older than me, and his physique looks much bigger than even Go or Yujiro-kun's. He seems to be completely unaware of my presence, with his back turned to me and is fumbling around with his crotch for some reason. Despite having a bad feeling about this, I keep silent and watch him. I see a curved line between his legs. Why are we looking? I hear the sound of water splashing against the leaves. A wet spot can be faintly seen at his feet. It's obvious what the man in front of me is doing. Why do we need this description? The lagoon in Harusu's main tourism spot. It's absurd to pee in a place like this. I'm a legitimate resident of Harusu now too. There's no way I can just stand by and watch. Hey, you! When I summon up the courage to yell at him, the peeing man looks over his shoulder. With a flick of his mane, he turns around and our eyes meet. I'm sure he sees me. He's blushing and has a flustered look on his face. Fortunately, it seems he's caught on that he's doing something bad. Please don't pee in a place like this. A lot of tourists come here during the day. Sorry. I thought for sure nobody was around. That's no excuse. Please hurry up and finish. But as if to repel my words, the force of the curved line doesn't weaken. I'm sorry. Being unable to stop once you started is a psychological phenomenon, so there's no use in me scolding him. Why do we have to talk about this? The ground at the apologizing man's feet is already completely soaked with... Even if someone who didn't know what was going on saw us, they'd be able to tell pretty quickly. After a short while, the urine stops and the man hurriedly puts the thing between his legs away. Now, are you done? Yeah. Please step aside for a second. It's bad for this place's image as a tourist destination if there's stuff like this left out in the open. I gather some fallen leaves around me with my feet and cover up the urine patch as much as I can. Was that necessary though? The peeing man. The peeing man must feel guilty as he starts helping halfway through. Whew. That should work for now. I mean, it's an embarrassing moment to get caught in. Sorry for causing trouble. You've apologized enough. Besides, it's not like you can help it. But please try to find a bathroom next time. I will. Have I seen you before? You're not from this village, are you? I wouldn't forget someone like you even if I only saw you once. You're staying at a hotel, right? Why would you still pee out here? Not. What? I noticed some things hidden behind the bushes. There's a large blanket with a huge suitcase on top of it. Are you camping here? The man is silent as he looks uncomfortable. I couldn't stay at a hotel, so I had no other choice. Huh? But I'm about to say hotels are pretty cheap during the off season, but stopped myself. Maybe he doesn't have enough money for a room. If that's the case, saying something like that would come off as insensitive. I can't imagine getting a good night's sleep in a place like this. Well, when I take a closer look at him, I see bags under his eyes, and his complexion doesn't look so good. Even though it's not quite autumn yet, sleeping out here exposed to the elements still can't be good for you. He may not have enough money for a hotel, but he could still be a traveler. But not only is he awfully well dressed for a backpacker, but it's strange that he didn't even bring a sleeping bag. Again, he needs some revision on this. He's got suspicious written all over him, so much so that I should report him to the police right now. However, when I talk to him, I get the feeling that he isn't a bad guy for some reason. He even apologized for peeing out here. Doesn't seem like he's up to no good. Besides, it'd be pitiful to see him arrested by the police in such a sorry state. You don't look so well. Do you want to go to a clinic? No. If it's money you're worried about, I'll give you some. For what? I don't know. For this chance encounter, I guess? Come on, let's go. I don't want to. Why not? I'd rather not be seen. My friend is letting me live with him. He's on a business trip right now, though, so I've got the house to myself. Why don't you come on over? Oh, it's more comfortable than this place. Are you sure? I can't just leave a sick person here, can I? You don't mind taking care of me? Nope, not at all. Thank you. You've really gotten me out of a tight spot. He steps up to me and tightly grasps my hand. His is large, rugged, and firm. People who do desk work don't usually have hands like this. I wonder if he usually works with soil or something like that. What? Sorry, I haven't even washed my hands. I wouldn't have noticed if he hadn't told me. Well, anyways, can you tell me your name, please? It's Rye. Rye? Is that your last name or your first name? First name. I'll tell you that as proof that I'm sincere. As for my last name, I'd rather you not ask. He won't tell me his last name, but he's being sincere. I'm Brandon, It's nice to meet you. We apparently don't have a last name, so what right do we have to talk? Nice to meet you, Brandon Coon. And so, I ended up giving the mysterious peeing man at the Lagoon Raison shelter. Now, please, come in. I took Raison with me back to Sosuke's house. I'm a bit apprehensive about bringing a stranger in without permission, but this is for maintaining Harusu's public order and tourism image. I'm sure Sosuke would understand. Would you like some coffee? No, please, don't trouble yourself over me. The moment he says that, I hear the sound of a stomach growling. I'm not hungry, so naturally that sound shouldn't be coming from me. Sorry. There's nothing to apologize for. All he ever does is apologize. Oh, I know. I pulled a sandwich Go gave me out of my bag. Here, how about this? Are you sure? Don't worry about it. I'm full. I hand him the sandwich and he takes a huge bite. Whoa. Before I can even blink, the sandwich I handed him has disappeared without a trace. I say he ate it, but inhaled it. Inhaled might be a better way to put it. You're even giving me food. I can't thank you enough. Don't mention it. That was something my friend made. Do you mind telling me what you thought of it? What I thought of it? Well, it was delicious. Not much more I can say, though. Not much more I can say than that, though. That's plenty. Thank you very much. Now then, why don't I check your temperature? I hand Raison a thermometer I pulled out of the drawer from the table. He sticks it in his armpit. Yeah, that is a way you can tell temperature, besides putting a thermometer in the mouth. There's also another place it can go, but let's not talk about that. Hope it's not too high. The thermometer beeps after a short time, notifying us it's done checking. 37.4 degrees. I guess you call that a slight fever. I don't know. I'm guessing that's Celsius, right? I don't know my conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Or do I have it backwards? I'm guessing that's like 99.4, maybe? I don't know. Looks like you got a bit of a fever, huh? But I was sure I could handle it. Yeah, with a body like that. You play sports or something? Never mind. You don't have to answer. But it would be nice if you told me something about yourself. I can't. I'm sorry. I see. Well, I'll let you stay here until your fever drops. I'm the only one living here at the moment anyways. There's an empty bed too. Please use it until you're feeling better. Why? Why what? Why are you being so nice to me? I'm acting so suspicious. Doesn't that bother you? I'd be lying if I said I didn't. It's true, it does bother me, but despite that, you don't seem like a bad person. This is usually my room, but please use it as your bedroom if you like. I don't mind using the sofa in the living room. A sick person needs a proper place to sleep. Besides, you seem like the kind of person who can't sleep on anything but a bed. I can tell by the dark marks under your eyes. Alright then, I'll use it. Please do. Raisan hesitantly climbs onto my bed. Does he feel relieved to use more civilized bedding after such a long time? He quietly lets out a big yawn. Oh, excuse me. It's like you said, I've hardly gotten any sleep since yesterday. I knew it. Please, get some rest today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Raisan seems to be quite sleepy. He barely managed to say that. Can I do something to thank you? Sure, I guess. Then if you don't mind, how about money? No, I'm fine in that regard. I'm not. I'd never think of taking money from somebody who has trouble affording a hotel room. There must be something I can do. Just get some sleep right now, okay? But his voice starts to trail off. Unfortunately, it looks like this person has a stronger sense of duty than I thought. He seems like the type who can't leave a favor unreturned. I see. Well, I'll think of something before you leave. Okay. Raisan? Right as I think I'm not going to get a response, I hear a terribly loud snoring sound. It seems he has completely fallen asleep. He must have been totally wiped out if he's snoring like that. I'll let him get his rest. Raisan's trunk has been left sitting in the living room. If it's carrying clothes, I'd like to wash them now while he's sleeping. I feel awkward about opening it on my own, but I can't get his permission when he's fast asleep. I'll try to quickly take his clothes out so I don't see more than necessary. Then, as I open the case and peek inside, what? On the inner side of the trunk, there's a mesh pocket. Inside of it, there's something I never expected to find. Bundles of cash? It's filled with almost nothing but a mountain of cash bundles. There's so many tightly packed in there that the pocket is bulging right out. Who is he? I thought for sure Raisan didn't have enough money to stay at a hotel. But just this much money alone would definitely make that a non-issue. There also aren't many tourists on an off-season weekday. In fact, I saw some inn employees who looked like they didn't have much to do chatting yesterday. Why on earth would he not be able to stay at a hotel? What's more, it's nice to have money, but why would he go out of his way to carry so much at once? And not on a card. He isn't a bad person, that's how I feel. And that's what I want to think. But I can't help but imagine bad things now. I decided to close the trunk so I won't see anything worse. That evening at the lounge, as usual, I'm eating dinner with Go and Yujiro-kun. You guys, listen up. What is it? It's happening next week. I'm reopening the lounge for business. Really? That's good. Oh, congrats. That's it. Huh? Shouldn't you be more excited? that we'll be able to resume business after being closed for so long? Yay? Yay? Enough. Sorry, it was so sudden. I wasn't sure how to react. Uh-huh. More importantly, how did the new menu turn out? I'm having a hard time deciding. No? Yujiro-kun, you should try some samples too. Yujiro? What? What's with that blank look on your face? You have a fever or something? No, I'm fine. You barely touched your food, though. I'm eating as much as anyone else would. And in your case, that's not very much. You've been acting weird lately. No, I haven't. So, what were you guys talking about? The restaurant's new menu. Oh, I see. For now, how about you offer everything and let the customers decide what to keep? Talk about overkill. I would if I could. So you're saying you can't? I'm the only chef here. I wouldn't be able to handle such a huge menu all by myself. Then let's hire more people to work in the kitchen. Believe me, I wish I could. But we have... No, he's not. Like, he's gone. He is not. He is not in this game. Why'd you get rid of him, man? Why'd you write him out, man? But you can't, huh? We need to think of something. It'll be a problem for you guys too if the restaurant closes down. What? It closes down? You'll go out of business? All I'm saying is it's a possibility. Korone Kote has been taking all of our customers since I closed the restaurant. I have no idea how many will come back once I reopen. Korone Kote, an up-and-coming restaurant that ended the lounge's monopoly on Harusu's dining scene. There's been some friction between Go and its managers, so he has a strong sense of rivalry towards Korone Kote. Have you seen Yamato-san since then? I see him outside every once in a while, but I don't go out of my way to talk to him. I see. I think it's about time you guys made up. I can't. You won't even consider it? Hell no! Go was caught in Yamato-san's trap before. He probably has no desire to make peace with him. Yamato-san actually isn't a bad guy. I have a feeling he and Go could be friends if they didn't regard each other as rival managers. Anyways, you still have barely touched your food, Yujiro. I'm just not that hungry. Are you sure you're okay? I'm fine! Don't worry about me. I finish up with the two of them, then return to Sosuke's house. I thought about talking to them about Rai-san, but I don't want to get them wrapped up in something dangerous if he does turn out to be a bad person. I need to at least talk to Rai-san about it to make sure he isn't. Oh! You're awake. Did you get a good sleep? Yes, all thanks to you. Here, my friend made a midnight snack for me. Please have it if you want. You don't want it? I'm full from eating dinner earlier. I see. Then I'll dig right in. By all means, go ahead. I hand the food to Rai-san, who eats it all up in a blink of an eye. With his large body, a serving for one person probably isn't enough for him. How was it? I guess I prefer flavors that are a bit more subtle. I see. I'll make sure to tell Go. Go? Sorry, that's the name of my friend who made it. Oh, so he's called Goku, huh? Goku. He's a tiger who's the same age as me, manages a restaurant and loves baseball. What's wrong? What's wrong? Rai-san, have you taken a bath? I probably stink, don't I? No, well, maybe just a bit. Now that you mention it, I haven't changed my clothes since yesterday. But this is your house. You should get in the bath first. No, it isn't, and I want to do the dishes anyway. So I'd appreciate it if you go first. I can at least wash the dishes. No, I'll do it. Okay, I'll get in the bath first. After you're done, please put any laundry you might have in the washing machine. Sure, I will. I say nothing to Ryson about having peeked inside his trunk. After I'm done with the dishes, I watch TV in the living room. Then Ryson comes out from the bath. I want PJs like this. I believe this is called like a jean bay or something like that. I want PJs like this though. Whew, I feel much better now. A jean bay? He's the type that wears those to bed? Is something wrong? Nothing. Oh. Why do guys with nice bodies look so sexy wearing one of those? I wouldn't look sexy wearing one of those. I just want one. It's hard to look away from his muscles peeking out from the chest and shoulder openings. What's so funny? Nothing. That just looks good on you. Really? Anyways, I'm going to take a bath too, but what about you? You already slept for a while, so you're not sleepy, are you? Actually, I'd like to sleep some more if that's okay with you. Of course you can. That's not a problem. Good night. Thank you. Good night, Brandon-kun. What a strange man. Who is he really? Huh? Something smells good. When I wake up and go downstairs to the living room, there's coffee and toast with a fried egg on top of the table. This is for you. You made this just for me? It's the least I can do. Thank goodness I'm not much of a morning person. Really? Well, it's a good thing I am then. How are you feeling? Much better. I took my temperature this morning and it's back to normal. I'm glad to hear that. You've really done a lot for me. Oh, don't mention it. His complexion is much better than it was yesterday, and he seems to have more energy. It was worth letting him stay overnight. Brandon-kun. Yes? I know this is shameless, but I've got a favor to ask. What? Will you let me stay here a bit longer? Just a week will be enough. A week? Is that too much? No, it's just a week. That's an awfully long time. Please, I've got no one else to turn to. He bows his head deeply. It feels somewhat strange when such a tough-bodied man does that. I thought you were just a lone traveler when I saw you yesterday. Is there a reason you need to stay in this village? I've wanted to come here for a long time, but I can't stay at a hotel. I want to stay in this village for just a bit longer if I can. He should have more than enough money. Normally he would have no problem getting a room at a hotel. Please, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do anything I can. But I kinda understand how he feels. Since I started living here, I've really come to like this village. By this point, I wouldn't even want to entertain the thought of leaving. Harasu Village definitely has a charm to it that makes you want to stay. I don't know why he can't stay at a hotel, but if he's in a desperate situation, abandoning him now would be heartbreaking. What would you do if I said no? Probably go back to camping out. That's awful. There's no way I can throw someone who would do something like that out. Ugh. Sosuke comes back 1 week from now. Until then, I can use this house however I want. My roommate comes back in about a week. I'll let you stay if it's just for that amount of time. Oh, does that work for you? Yes! Thank you. Thank you! For some reason, it feels like I've just taken on a huge responsibility. I have to go to work today, though. What are you going to do? If you haven't seen much of the village, why don't you go do some sightseeing? No, that won't be necessary. Huh? I don't want to go out too much. Oh. That's the kind of thing that makes it hard to trust him. Then what are you going to do about lunch? I thought we could eat at my friend's restaurant as long as you were okay with it. I'd rather eat here if possible. At home, huh? I forgot to mention, I'd like it if you didn't tell your friends about me either. May I ask why? I'd appreciate it if you didn't. He seems like he really wants to stay out of the public eye. Now that I've given him permission to stay, it seems like he's no longer concerned about acting suspicious. Should I go get some groceries for you? Please. I think there's still a little bit of food here. Help yourself to anything in the cabinets. Okay, thank you. And sorry for being so selfish. I want to think he's a good person, but please don't worry about it. Well then, see you later. Now that I've had breakfast, I'd normally want to stay at home and relax, but Go has called me over to his restaurant. I reluctantly head over to the lounge, thinking he'll just be making me try more of his samples. Hey, Go, I'm here! Hey, did you need something? Have you noticed how weird Yujiro's been acting lately? Yeah, definitely. I think something's really bothering him. He spaces out when I talk to him, and he spends a lot of time moping at home. I think the fact that he's acting like that all the time means he's really depressed. Did something happen to him? I heard Yuri dumped him. Dang. I know that, but dumped? Does that mean they were dating? No, it was a preemptive dumping. She wanted to make it clear so he wouldn't dwell on it. That's the same as being dumped. Wow, poor guy. Are you sure that's why he's feeling depressed? Considering the timing, there's no doubt. I see. That's why I was thinking of doing something. What did you have in mind? I'll get Jiro's confidence back with a new girl. Huh? I'll introduce him to a girl and tell him you're handsome. She'll be in love with you in no time. You make it sound easy, but do you have someone willing to do that? She's already here. Oh, she is? What I mean is, you'll be pretending to be the girl and talk to Yujiro through text. What? I could do it myself, but I think you're more suited for the job. What? Wait, hold on a second. What? We should be the ones cheering him up. Why do I have to act like a girl to do it? Because he'd rather be cheered up by a girl, not dudes. That's not true for everyone. I, for one, would rather be cheered up by another man. That's because you're gay. Am I wrong? I guess not. Exactly. I think if a girl encourages him, he'll get his confidence back. That's an awfully simple plan, isn't it? Is there something wrong with it? Yes, a million things are. Texting him and pretending to be a girl? How could I do something so awful? I'll be tricking him. I can't get any other girls to do it, so somebody has to. What do I do if Yujiro-kun falls in love with me while I'm doing that? There's no way that'll happen. Don't get cocky. Now I feel insulted. Don't act all calm all of a sudden. Who's to say it won't happen? You don't think he's so simple he'd fall in love with any girl who's nice to him, do you? Yes, I do. I guess not. He has a very discerning eye. He won't fall in love with someone who isn't really a girl. Are you sure? Yes. But, come on, Brandon. This is an important time for Yujiro. You understand, right? He's right. Yujiro-kun is already a third-year student. Soon he'll have entrance exams and interviews. It's unfortunate that he has such an unstable state of mind at the crossroads of his life. I'm sure what he probably needs right now is support in covering up his emotional scars. Please, Brandon. Fine, go. I'll do it. Oh, you will? I may have a softer way of speaking than you, but that's no guarantee this will work, is it? Sure it will. You're more qualified than I am. You're ridiculous. Alright, take this. Go hands me a small envelope. There seems to be some money inside. What's the money for? Go to town and get a contract for a new phone. Are we really going that far? I want to make sure all our tracks are covered. Well, you've got a point, but am I going alone? The model doesn't matter, so you should be okay by yourself. Get one that works for you. But it'd be nice if the two of us went on a date while we're at it. What? Nothing. Back at Best Buy, the bus ride through the mountains takes 2 hours. I ask a store clerk for whatever the cheapest plan is, then get a small outdated phone. That's pretty much how I do things anyway. I only need it for texting, so I choose the simplest one I could find. Whew, mission complete. And it hurts me to know I'm going to be tricking Yujiro-kun with it. But it must be serious if Go is willing to hand out money for it. After that, I walk around by myself holding the shopping bag with my new phone in it. I've achieved my goal, but I decide to do some shopping for myself now that I'm already here. However, when I pass by a display TV, I see something unbelievable. This is our continuing coverage. Rai Banju of the Izumo Lions has gone missing. But according to credible information, a person resembling him was sighted on the other day. What? What am I going to do? Of all the people, I really stepped in it this time. Yep. Oh, crazy adventures.